Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the previous video, we spoke about single dimensional array. We understood what arrays are, how to declare an array, how to add values, how to find size of an array, and how to read single and multiple values of an array. So we have seen the single dimensional array, and now we're going to see multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional array is used to store data in tabular format, like tables, like within the rows and columns. Okay, now it is represented by some address. The index starts with 0, 1, 2 for rows, and similarly 0 for columns, and similarly 0, 1, 2 for rows. And each cell has an address represented by a row index and a column index. So this is 0, 0. If you go for this particular cell, it is first row and second column, so its address is 1, 2. Let's see the syntax for this. It is similar to single dimensional array, but here we are going to deal with a row and column. So it is going to be data type brackets array name is equal to new data type. In one bracket we'll write row, number of rows, and another we'll write number of columns. So we can just write it like int arr brackets is equal to new int 3, 3. So this 3 represents the number of rows and this represents the number of columns. Or we can also declare it in this way, that is data type brackets array name is equal to, in the braces we're going to write values. So in the first braces we'll write the values of all first row, similarly then second row and third row, and so on. I am going to show how to declare an array with this fashion as well. So int arr brackets is equal to, in braces I've written, in the first braces I've written 10, 20, 30, second I've written 40, 50, 60, and in third I've written 70, 80, 90. So how does this actually mean? Let me show it over here. So it's like, first it's 10, 20, 30. I'll just write in a nice way. So it's int, either I can write arr, the array name first, or the brackets, that doesn't matter. So it's first row, this is my first row. Okay, I'll give a comma, and now I'm going to write my second row. I'm just arranging it in a different format so that it is easy to understand. So this is just the arrangement. Okay, so how is this going to get arranged? I'm going to show it in this. So it is going to be like, let me use a different color. It's going to be like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 70, 80, 90. Now that I know how it is going to get arranged in a tabular format, we know the indexes, we know the addresses. Yes, now let's see the operations that we can perform. Okay, now if I've got an array and now I want to know that what is stored in this location, so I'll just write here system dot out dot println, and what do I have to print? I have to print the name of this is a, so I have to print a of, what is it? It is like first row, first column, so a of 1, 1. Okay, and when you print this you're going to get an answer of say 50, because 50 is stored in it. Okay, now let me also print something called as a, and I'm going to print like second row, third column. Do we have anything of second row, third column? We have second row 1, 0, 1, 2. So this is the second row, and third column. So it's like 0, 1, 2, 3. Is there anything 3? No. So this is going to give us an error. The error is going to be this: array index out of bound exception, because the size is not defined. So that's how you print single values. If I want to print multiple values, then what am I going to do? We are going to use for loop. Okay, so it would be like for, and we are going to include two two for loops, one for rows and one for columns. We will see that how we are going to do it using both the enhanced one and the usual for loop. I will show it when we do it for a code. And just a moment. Yeah, so we got to know what multidimensional array is, and then we got to know how to declare an array, and similarly to add the values, and we have seen how to read single values. Now let's see how to find size of an array, okay, for multidimensional. So what do we do in case of single dimensional? It's we just, because it is a single row, we just write arr.length, okay. However, for this, what we would be doing is we would first try to find the length of a row, and then we can find, by taking one particular row, we can find the length of a column. So how it is going to be like? So a dot length, okay, and then a of 0 dot length, okay. So this is how we find the length of an array. Okay, we have like two types of multidimensional array. One we already saw, the other one is the jagged array. So this is like a multidimensional array. Here the column size can be different, unlike multidimensional array where these sizes were fixed. So even if I don't want to add any value here, this memory is going to get allocated, which we don't want, okay. We want some spaces, like if we have an option where we can free some spaces, we can use this jagged array, okay. So if you see this example, int brackets arr is equal to, then we will add some values, 10, 20, this is like represents first row, 30, 40, 50 second row, and 60, this represents third row. If I arrange it, this is going to be 10, 20, yeah, next is 30, 40, 50, so 30, 40, 50, next is 60. And now the indexes, we are going to see the indexes. So let's start with the row 0, 1, 2, column is 0, 1, 2, okay. And so this is the address 00, 01, 10, 11, 12, okay. This is 2 and 0, okay. Now let's find few more things, which is the, similarly, if I want to find the value in particular address, I'm just going to write here as arr of 2, 0, 2 is row, 0 is column, so it's 2, 0, it is going to be 60. We will see some examples now through codes, so that it would be easy to understand. So this was the concept behind arrays. Now we will see some examples. So first let's create a class named as array. I'm taking a main method. Yes. So first let's understand how to declare an array. And here we are going to talk about a two-dimensional array. Let me just mention here 2D. Yeah. So there are two methods. First, let's write int brackets a is equal to new int, and then we are going to mention the number of rows and the number of columns. Here I've written 3, 3. Now I'm going to add values in those arrays. We have already seen about how to find the location of an array. So let's do it. So a of 0, 0, that is the first element. I'm just going to write it as 10, and similarly I'm going to write it for 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, that is the first row. Then I'll go to the second row, that is 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, and then I'll go for the second the third row, that is 2, 0, 2, 1 and 2, 2, where the first brackets indicates the row and the second indicates the column. So it is 0th row and 0th column, that is index 0, 0 is 10. Similarly 0, 1, I'm going to give some values first let me just write down the indexes properly. So yeah, 0, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yeah. So in this way you can add the values. However, there is a second way where we can declare and add values at the same time. So it's going to be like int a of a brackets. You can write brackets either before a or after a, it depends. So I'm just going to change the name here. Let me just, okay, first let me write the syntax. As we have already seen, in braces you're going to write the values of each row. So 10, 20, 30 belongs to first row, then 40, 50, 60 belongs to the second row, and 70, 80, 90 belongs to third row. We have already seen the indices, how it is going to work here. 10 is again 0, 0, 20 is 0, 1, 30 is 0, 2, 40, 1, 0, 50 is 1, 1, and 60 is 1, 2, 70 is 2, 0, 80 is 2, 1, 90 is 1, 1. So these are the two methods in which we can declare and add the values into an array. Since I've changed name, I'm not commenting down both the arrays. Okay. Now, let's find the size of an array. So for this, we need to find the size of a row and then size of a column. So int row is equal to arr.length. So this will give us the length of the row. Yeah, and for column, we need to concentrate on one particular row, and then you have to find its length. So it is ar of 0 dot length. I'm just going to print this so that we get to know that the size of both rows and columns is 3. Size of rows, I will concate this with the rows. And similarly for columns. And I'm going to concate this with columns. Yeah, variable. Yeah. And now, so this is how we find the size of an array. The next is, how do we read single value of a two-dimensional array? Okay, before that, let's run this and see the size. If you can see, yes, size of rows is 3 and size of columns is also 3. Okay. Now we are going to see how do we read. Similar, like in the same way, AR of 0, 2. If we look into our array, 0, 2 is 0, 1, 2 is 30. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's 30. I'm going to run this and see. We get answer 30. So this is how we read single values. It is an easy one. We just give them the location and we get to know what is it. Next is AR of 0, 3. 0th row and 3rd column. Is it there? No, it's not there. So it is an exception. Array index out of bound exception. I'm just going to mention here that this is an exception. It says that, it doesn't say, like, it's like empty, we have not declared it, so it gives us this exception. Now if I want to read all values for this array, is also called as traversal. Let's see how we can do it. So we have to do it with the help of a for loop. We need one for loop for a row and we need another for loop for a column. so that it can traverse from. So it goes to first row, and then from the first row element it reads, like from the first row it reads the columns. Let me explain. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than arr.length I plus plus. So I represents row, so row starts from 0, and then we have given it should be less than the size and row plus plus. Inside that I'm adding one more for loop, that is for the column. For int j is equal to 0, j less than arr of I dot length, which is the size of the row, size of a column, and j plus plus. I'm going to put system.out.println arr of I j. Okay. Now let me explain this first. So one very important thing is that to access all the elements we need two for loops, one for rows and one for column. arr.length gives us the size of the row, and arr of I.length gives us the size of the column. So if you see this, for int I is equal to 0, I less than arr.length I plus plus. This is one for loop, and we have another for loop nested. For j is equal to 0, j less than arr of I dot length, j plus plus. And then I'm printing out arr of I j. So for 0, it will go inside the for loop, and then it will be like j, first it will be j of 0. So it will be arr of 0, 0. Then again in the loop, it is j plus plus, so it will be j is equal to 1. And then it will go again j is equal to 2 because of j plus plus. Once it comes out of the column for loop, out of that it will go again for I is equal to 0, that one, and it will go for I plus plus. So now I will be is equal to 1. After I assigned as 1, it will go inside j, and it will again be 0, 1, 2. Again it will come out of the column for loop, and in the similar way it will get we will complete all the rows and all the columns, and we'll print arr of I j. I have aligned it in certain fashion, and I am now running it. You can see the output. Let me show it to you. Guys, let me know in the comment section if it is easy for you to understand. If not, I am ready to explain it, just this part in a very proper way, like in a more enhanced way. So before that, let's go to enhanced for loop. So for int row is to arr, so I've given a name, like arr has been assigned in int of row, and for int value, and now I'm assigning this row into int value. Okay, and this is just the simplest one. Now I'm going to put a system.out.println value. Okay, we need to find, it will give us all the values. So what happens is that first the entire row is getting, for the first for loop is for entire row getting stored, and the second for loop is retrieving each value. Okay, so in this way, so it would be like 10, 20, 30 in the first row, and then because it is we are storing a single dimensional. Okay, and then for int value is to row, it will give us the value, it will take it will give us output as 1 value. So it will be 10, then 20, then 30, and then again it will go outside the inside for loop and will come out, and again it will give us the second row and then third row. So understand, each row is a one-dimensional array, and from that one-dimensional array we are going to get all the values. So that was about enhanced for loop. This is how we get the value. You can just align it in a certain fashion where you can get a two-dimensional or a 2D array in the form of proper indexes. Now let's understand how to write jagged arrays and how to read the values from jagged array. So jagged array is, as we have seen the explanation. How much ever values we have, we are going to write it. That's it. I'm just taking random numbers, and then I'm going to print. Let's just print the values, because I want to read a single value. Okay, what's happening? Okay, yeah, so 0 3, if you go, it's like 0th row and that is 0, like the first row, 0 index for the row and 3 for the column. It's, if you see 0 1 2, it starts with 0, so yeah, 3 is not there, so it will give us array out of bound exception. Similarly, let's see for 3 1 0 1 2, we don't have the third, like fourth row, so again it will be array index out of bound. And let's go for 2 1 0 1 2, we have second row, but we don't have the first column for the second row, so again it's going to be array out of bound exception. Now let's go for 2 0 2 0, is the element is 70, so yeah, if you see this, yeah, this is the answer, that's the output. Okay, so this was about reading single value from jagged array. Now let's read all the values from jagged array. Let me tell you, it is going to be similar as we did for two-dimensional arrays. Here I'm going to use a simple, I'm going to use an enhanced for loop. So first I'm going to store the data of first row, okay, and then I'm going to go in another for loop where I'm going to get values from that first row, and then I'm going to come out and then go in the second row, come inside, get values of all the second row, get out, go to the third row, come inside the for loop again and get values of all the third rows. And that's how I'm going to use the enhanced for loop. Let me run this now. Yeah, can you see this? 10 20 40 50 60. But yeah, let me just align it in a proper way so that you could see it. First I'm going to have some, let me have some exception. System.out.println jagged array. Yeah. Oh, I need to add some argument. So 1 second. I think it should not be a new line, so let me just cancel this and let me add some argument and then run. And I think I'll add, okay. So yeah, Can you see this? 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So that's how we read all values from Jagged.